Crim falls.
Love it or hate it, Matt, I say it a lot, and most of the time I'm right. I have a feeling this one is another. It's another one. How many Game 5s have we seen today?
We saw the Panda OpTic go to Game 5, FaZe United go to Game 5. That's 2 off the top of my head. There's so many games here in Atlanta, I have not been able to catch them all.
Oh, it's happening again. I'm just calling it now. Wait for it.
I can't see that, to be quite honest with you. I think whoever wins this uplink probably takes the hard point, ends it in 4.
Uplink, your swing game, as always. The only time it shows up in your best of 5, game number 3. And this is going to be a big one. We're on Throwback. And this is a favorite map for a lot of the pro players. You ask them, what is your preferred uplink? They said Throwback, probably the most fair, the one that we're most comfortable on. It's pretty basic. Break it down for us. What is the strategy that we're going to see going into this?
Well, this is a lower scoring uplink game, a lot like how we see on Frost. It's not something like Precinct where you can really spawn trap people. You know, with the adjustments of the 1 goal over by Lime, you're not going to be able to see some easy 1-point throws over there. But I think if you can get the drone towards that bike path, bring it down that side, go over towards that baseball goal, that's where you can get a lot of 2-point plays.
We got to keep our eyes on 2 players. Let's take a look at our G Fuel key player matchup when it comes to uplink. We have Formal with a 1.22 uplink kill to death ratio so far throughout this tournament. On the other side, Zuma top in the leaderboard in so many categories, a 1.422, also getting involved with some dunks.
Yeah, it's like I was looking over towards the left at, Formal's KD, and like, that is silly. And then as soon as I glanced over towards the right, I was like, oh God. It's like Zuma is just crushing it. Earlier in the day, I casted the FaZe match against E United with Maven. We were talking a little bit about it. Don't know if that holds true now. Obviously, some games in between now and then, but FaZe had 3 of the top 5 uplink KDs with Zuma, Enable, and Attach.
And you remember just Zuma's first time on the main stage. That first uplink was like 37 kills, something ridiculous. He just came out firing. As we take a look at a rig draft, anything standing out to you, Matt?
Not too much. I mean, this has pretty much been the standard. You do see FTL on the side of FaZe Clan. That's really going to be the only difference. Centurion versus FTL jump. Do I think that is something that is a massive player in this game? No. I think those two, really, you're just looking at your camo and your reactive armor. Those are the 2 abilities you're going to see plays made with. Maybe we see something come through with Overdrive, but usually an Overdrive player grabs the drone. You see him cut down pretty shortly after.
And talking about basic strategy here, what's the fastest route? Up the gut?
I mean, up the gut is always going to be the fastest route. It's not one you're going to be able to make happen, though. I mean, the chokes in the middle of the map by the train, so narrow. You see where that bowling area is. You can bring the drone through there, try and force your way for some 2-point scores. Usually don't see a lot of action over towards the top side of the map, over by Siloam Barn. A lot of it going to happen mid-map and over by bike path.
That drone spawns right out in the middle of the train tracks. Who's going to get to it first? You're going to have to get through your opponents to grab that objective. It's Zuma on your screen looking for the fight from the window.
Just needs to hold this position. Drone control so important in uplink. It's going to be Crim and Karma in the kill feed first with some nice shots there by Zuma. Going to take out Crim, even this up. No drone control yet for either team.
Our observer, Brian Saint, has been on point, catching all the important kills. There's a big fight going on the left. He saw the start of Enables. Now Zuma answers. OpTic coming off the spawns. FaZe, they've only dropped 1 player, and now, though, with Karma taking out Clay, this drone push is going to be stopped. And, in fact, OpTic going for the quick pass. They're on a fast break here. Scump could go for the 2-point play.
Oh, and he barely does not make it around that wall. As you see Crim trying to follow this up with some kills. But, man, Scump is just an inch in front there, gets around that wall. He's able to get a 2-point play.
Formal is inside. FaZe's base will be taken down by Clayster. So with the house clean, now they can surge forward. Already, Zuma opening up 6-0, yet 0 points on the board here for FaZe Clan.
Well, what FaZe has been doing all tournament long is they've been letting Zuma just focus on pushing through all the way, trying to pick up some kills. He's on a 7 streak now. It's going to be a 1-point play for FaZe Clan, and you see Zuma working on these streaks. He finally falls, but when he's just putting so much pressure on your base, it's hard to go back towards that middle of the map and get the objective.
Yeah, and you clear out Zuma, and then all of a sudden, Attach is in your face. 3 straight kills. Attach keeping the pressure on OpTic Gaming. They're trapped in their spawn. Just everyone setting up for another interception because they know this drone is coming. Clayster and Enable clearing all 4 players. 2-point play should be incoming. It's Zuma with the dunk.
It has not been good for OpTic here at the beginning. Zuma has completely dominated this game with Enable. Enable has really come alive, and I feel like he's the one guy we don't talk a lot about on this FaZe roster. We talk about Clay with the great leadership, and Zuma and Attach, how good they are, up close, but Enable kind of gets lost. Very talented player. Scump here with a 1-point throw, not gonna connect. So that is a 1-point miss there for OpTic. They miss out on some points earlier, albeit it's not really their fault. Could have been 2 scores there for them.
And honestly, that last one felt like it was Scump's fault. Got to aim a little bit higher. Maybe that one goes in. Do you need an extra step or 2? Possibly, but for me, this should be a 3-1 game. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them later in the game. Karma picks up 2 before being chased down. Crimsix following Scump.
This is going to be point.
Scump is the lead blocker. He's got to pick up the kills. Got 1. Looking for a second. Crim is going to sneak in and reset, Matt.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1-point play for OpTic Gaming. It could have been potentially a 2. Obviously, they don't have the luxury of having the mini-map that we do, but doesn't matter. They get the control of the FaZe base.
Oh, no.
This will be a 2-point play there for Karma. He's able to put it through. They do have mid-map control yet again.
Yeah, look at the rally. Crimsix could have gone for the drone there and gone right to player number 2. That was Scump leading the way. Instead, they feel they need to get the kills. Tie game all of a sudden, and Crim, staying alive, is going to give himself a strong position. 3 down for FaZe once again. Scump looking for the spawners. You got support and Crim right behind you, and Formal is moving up the drone. Stronghold so far, though, and now Zuma feels he has to call in the score streaks.
Yeah, probably did not need to waste them there. He's going to be able to take out Formal. It kind of clears OpTic Gaming out of their side of the map, but you see how effective you can be from this side. When OpTic spawns the FaZe team up on the top side of the map, it's very difficult to rotate back towards the mid. You got to get control of your own base over by that statue and baseball. It's very difficult. You see how OpTic turned that into points.
Clayster moving up the drone, but it's FaZe in a 3-on-4 looking for the kills first. 2 players dropped, but it's Scump and Crimsix for OpTic Gaming answering right back. The drone tossed backwards, but it's not going to go outside the map. We're going to see, will FaZe be able to put it through? Not going to happen. Zuma stopped short by Formal. Reset goes in favor here of OpTic Gaming, and in fact, they're going to be pushing this one up towards the baseball field.
Yeah, they were trying to throw that for some yards. Maybe Zuma picks up a kill and then able to get a 1-point throw, but he's quickly taken out outside of Barn. And you see the drone down at the top side of the minimap. This is not where either team wants it. You see it's really in no man's land. Both teams fighting at range, trying to pick up some kills. The drone going to get reset. Nobody really wanted to pick it up in that situation.
Such a good series we have on our hands. 30 seconds away from halftime. It's all tied up 3 apiece. Both teams looking for at least 1 more point before we hit halftime. It's Zuma looking for the positioning. Knows 2 spawners are going to be coming his way. Deals with the first. Second player to his right. It's Zuma on the flank as you hear Clayster with the call-outs. The slam coming down. Zuma's going to finish with the headshot on Crim. But there's still Karma playing defense.
This is the position Zuma got into when they scored points last. 4 seconds left. The drone in the middle of the map. Scump might be able to get off a 1-point throw here late. Nope, not able to get around the corner. So we're going to see a tie game going into the second half. I like this for FaZe, though, Chris. Obviously, we saw how OpTic Gaming spawned them on that top side, was able to put on some points. Zuma gets in that good position over in the back by Bowling, behind that statue. They can put a lot of points on the board.
If you're just joining us, no, this is not the grand finals. This is FaZe and OpTic Gaming playing for top 4. FaZe, they started off a perfect 4-0 in their groups, but fell to E United here on Championship Sunday. On the other side, OpTic Gaming, they struggled a little bit earlier last night against Envious, looking for redemption here in their losers bracket run. Off the gut, though, it's going to be 3 players here for FaZe picking up kills. Zuma's going to find a 4th OpTic member. FaZe with early control can Attach, hit the shot. No, it's too low.
It's a big 1-point miss there by Attach. You're able to put another point on the board. You get a lot of pressure. OpTic rotating into the back of their base. You probably get back to mid-map, get drone control yet again. Just kind of changes the whole dynamics of that game, that 1-point throw miss.
We saw the same thing from Scump on our first half. Karma and Formal clearing the way down the middle. It's going to be Formal set up behind the train. Karma pushing right down the front. And Zuma is there on defense, playing a very similar role to what we saw from OpTic Gaming in our first half. Formal not going to be able to make it happen. And honestly, I've been very impressed with the team spawning on the left side with the key kills. They're getting them. They're stopping the dunks from coming through. Yeah,
you see Attach up in this top window. He's just going to be looking over the drone here, just making sure OpTic Gaming can't just pick this up, run it straight down the mid. I got to say, Chris, Attach starting to play a little bit better. He was struggling at the beginning. Clay, 7-17 right now, needs to get it going. Really, Enable and Zuma keeping FaZe in this match.
Absolutely. Clayster is number 5 on your screen. He's carried the drone a bit. Here's a 1-point toss, and he's been practicing that one. Long range. Sinks another 1-point play. That is his second toss of the game. So while he's not getting the kills, he's able to get the objective. But Zuma, the way he's playing at 26-12, you would expect a much bigger lead here for the FaZe clan.
And I like Clay with the NV4 in his hands coming into this match. You know, he uses the NV4 and the K-Bar. With the K-Bar, he's got like a 0.92 KD. With the NV4 in his hands, a 1.02. So significantly better with the NV4. Slows his playstyle down a little bit. Able to get back a little bit to what we're used to seeing from Clay.
Shout out to our production team as well as our friends from Colorado doing the stats backstage. There's a 1-pointer from Scump. We're all tied up.
You got to remember, it's just the 1-point misses. We've seen one from Scum, one from Attach. But OpTic Gaming in control of mid-map right now. FaZe needs to stabilize, needs to get control of their base. And the drone is moving forward. It's going to be another 1-point throw attempt. That's going to be OpTic actually missing that one.
Formal setting up the spawn trap. Nice shots there. He has been lights out once he gets rolling. And here he is with the dunk opportunity. It's going through.
They miss a 1-point play. Formal is that good that he picks up all the kills, turns it into 2. Now OpTic Gaming with the lead here. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the second half. If you're FaZe, you need to focus on getting that mid-map control. See Zuma wrapping around, trying to get control of the OpTic base. Could pick up some big kills here. He's going to get one.
I have to say, the player I've been really impressed by here on OpTic Gaming, clearly what you see from Farmal, but Karma, his stats don't show how big of an impact he has had. There's another perfect example, stopping the drone carrier just inches short of another toss. Enable here on the far left side knows OpTic is going to be moving up with the drone. He's going to rotate over. And when he does, he's going to see all kinds of action. Player called out in the window. Enable's going to try and sneak behind. Zuma already picking up the kills he's looking for.
Yeah, it's 2 kills in favor of FaZe, but it's going to be Karma and Scump on the defensive side of things. Picking up kills around the drone, locking it over here by Bowling. This is some big kills for FaZe. They're going to fall here as Attach going to have to back up. Has FTL jump. Don't really know when he's going to use it. See Krim going to fall here. Attach in a power position. Going to pick up another one. 2 big kills. Now the drone back in mid-map. Attach in a perfect position to stop this.
OpTic Gaming knew they lost control, and that is a big play just to throw that drone for yards. Formal trying to hunt down Clayster, who had the drone momentarily. Zuma's still alive. Finally going to be cut down. But we are down to our last 60 seconds, and it's FaZe Clan trailing. Attached used his FTL jump. Karma has a camo here. Objective in hand. He's going to be pushing up towards Lemon, but at this point, I don't know if OpTic's going for the score or just trying to keep the drone out of FaZe's hands.
Oh, I mean, with 3 kills and camo, you definitely go for the score. It's going to be camo pop by Karma, drone in hand.
He's hit, gets the toss, so now it's a 2-possession game.
Really smart play there. Did not need the 2. The 1-point play still makes it a 2-possession game. It's going to be very difficult for FaZe to get drone, get a 2, and then get back to mid-map and get another score.
And you can see the panic mode setting in. Enable feels he has to use his overdrive before even getting control of the drone. He sneaks by 2 players in the middle. The jammer's going to slow him down, and it's OpTic sealing the deal. 10 seconds left. OpTic Gaming is going to take the lead in our best of 5, 2-1.
Yeah, and Formal goes 31-19 during this map. He has been a man on a mission today, putting up crazy numbers in every single match I've seen. And it's kind of interesting, you know, we talk about how Krim and Scump, potentially one of those 2 guys are the leaders. Seems like Formal's just said, screw this, I'm going to lead this team by example. With the way we saw him, you know, shouting at the Panda guys, riling these dudes up. Seems like Formal stepped up into that leadership role.
Matthew Piper has come to play today. On the other side of the stage, though, he is going to have his hands full with Zuma all match long. Such an even battle we are seeing play out here on our main stage.
Yeah, and look, I mean, Enable and Azuma really brought it in that